Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. This is one of those videos that I'm posting this on a Sunday, so who even knows if people watch YouTube videos on a Sunday? I try to. I've got some channels like Shout Out Beard Meets Food that posts on Sunday, and other channels that I've watched for years. But basically, I'm saying this to say I feel like I am backing away for the good of my hometown because I'm maximizing the amount of time that I can spend outside the game for phone calls. I'm like a politician that's trying to raise awareness. Although I'm not asking anyone for money, I'm just asking them for ideas, for feedback. I have not done a Battlegrounds match for 10 days. I do not miss it. I do not at all care about it. And the greatest part of this is this man who's just one of the nicest people I've ever met. I don't even know what he looks like. But you see how we have this 9.5 million points in Battlegrounds Alliance event? That's because he's put up 2.3 million points. And he said to me, because he is incredible, Prof, I want you to concentrate on your charity. I will just look at 300,000 of my points as yours. Who does that? What kind of person openly says, I believe in you so much and the cause that you are fighting for, that I will just pretend that my Battlegrounds points are yours too? The only kind of person that does that is, to me, the best kind of person, the most selfless kind of person. And I'm not saying that I'm, even after 10 days of not playing, the worst in Battlegrounds, but I'm all the way down to 27. And that is usually unacceptable and embarrassing. I don't even think about the special objectives anymore. I think about them like I do Alliance War, irrelevant. But the biggest change for me, and I'm going to go ahead and give myself the old A+ profile pick for this, because I do feel like maybe I deserve a pat on the back, even though that sounds douchey. I ended up just not caring about most 22-hour events anymore because I have so many opportunities for Tier 4 class Catalyst selectors and 6-star 6 stones, of which I have 106 saved up thanks to the Spring of Woe point. Although speaking of things I need to do in the next 9 days, I need to do more than just the Hercules path because, well, I haven't done anything else since the path I did and recorded. But the bottom line is, when I've slowed down this game, when I've stopped chasing the top 10% of all Alliance events, when I've stopped chasing everything besides the free rewards in the arena, when I just stop at the milestones, when I just stop, when I do 4 million points in the basic and 12 million in the featured and 4 million in the summoner trials, I just have way more time to concentrate on things that I really believe in, like this charity I'm starting. And I not only care about the game less, but that allows me to enjoy it more. And I'm really excited about Saturday. If you don't know, from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., I am a man of my word. I promised my subscribers and my incredibly loyal supporters, especially the mods of this channel, that I would do a 12-hour stream as a thank you for staying with me while I just felt like I was hanging on by a thread for so long in the last couple years, working so many hours and balancing both. And one of the things that I really, really need to do is remember what it's like for every crystal you ever open to be something new. And that's why I am going to proudly start a free-to-play second account and just see what it's like to start over. I think I'll be better and worse than I thought I'd be at the same time. I think there'll be fights that I think, wow, that was really great, and fights that make me wonder if I've ever played this game in my life. But I would like to think that that is kind of a normal experience that anybody who plays this game has. Obviously, you have people who are going to say that if you're a YouTuber, you have to be the best at the game. And we do have YouTubers like KT1 and Brian Grant and Seaton and Legacy and so many others I can keep naming that are the best of the best. But most people aren't just average at this game. They're borderline bad. And they're thinking that they're the only one who's borderline bad. And if I can give Kabam Jax a compliment in one instance, and I think that post may even be gone, in the news? Let's see. Yeah, like the post about being bad at Battlegrounds. Here it is. This post. Look, this post is multiple weeks old. You know I've torn it apart. I'm not going to revisit that. That's lazy content. But I do think if there's one positive thing I can say about this, it's that he was trying to say, if you think you're bad at this game, you've got to realize everybody is, to a certain extent, bad at this game because it's a very difficult game to be good at. And people don't understand. Like, I remember my brother said to me, I don't understand why you're so stressed about this game. You've been playing the game like it's a copy of Madden for 8 years. You should be the best at it. But he doesn't understand what nodes are. He doesn't understand that Kabam is constantly creating champions with new mechanics and utility. And suddenly you think that this person's immune to shock, but not neuroshock. You can evade projectiles, but not if you have True Strike. You're always rewriting the mechanics and the rules of this game to keep it fresh and, most importantly, keep people spending. But if you're just chasing the rainbow and you stop chasing it and you just let it disappear, instead of thinking that the rainbow is going to disappear into darkness, what happens if the rainbow disappears into light? What happens if you see the mountains for the first time because you're not clouded with the chase? Then not only are you happier and your soul is lighter and you feel like you can be at peace, but it is also the case that you have the ability to do something with your life outside of this game. You can't look up at the stars and see them if you're buried in a computer screen or a phone. And I have been buried in a computer screen and a phone for 6 straight years. And it's been the greatest 6 years of my life in so many ways. And to be able to say that I have a channel that most people that I've met have never heard of, and even people in the community a lot of times don't watch or ostracize or even have, obviously negative feelings toward, that this channel still taking somebody that hadn't played a game since the GameCube in 2006 consistently, was able to raise $300,000 for people in need, especially a house for a fiance and her kids, the ability to have a second house to where my mom could maybe one day live in. The other one, if she's right now, that's on hold for multiple reasons, but one of which is she's just killing it in Texas at her job and would not have the same job if she moved, but she knows that she will be taken care of eventually. But all of that's possible while never, ever being viewed as a success by many people. And that's really cool. To say that in my life, I never thought I would even have like $1,000 in the bank. And I was able to raise that much money just by communicating and connecting with community members is the best. So when I slowed down in this game, I didn't get stress. I got rest. And that makes me not only so thankful to have slowed down to transition to this new era of my life and my priorities, but I'm just thankful that God, the universe, whatever you want to say, brought me to an alliance that understands and doesn't hold it against me. Because ultimately, if you have friends that love you enough to support your endeavors and not chastise you, you don't just have good people. You have peace and happiness in your heart.